Hello, Doug Robinson here, Robinson Training Solutions. Let me give you a second to look at this. I see that you're close to ordering a book or two or six, and so I wanted to step in and talk to you about a companion piece. If you happen to be a manager or a sales manager, a franchise owner that happens to want to use this piece for training, I want to show you a companion to the book. Sell is not a four-letter word that you're getting ready to order, and to show you a companion piece that can make your job a whole lot easier. What we've got here, let me pull it up here where you can see it. This is the 3-ring binder, and it's a companion piece to the Sell book, and this can be purchased two different ways. One is you can purchase it, as you notice if you're looking at the page there where the orders are taken. You can order that in a PDF form and then have your secretary, print it out for you at the office, your admin person, and poke holes in it, put it in a binder yourself. You can do that for $29. Or if you're lazy like me and you really don't want to do that, then pay me $49 and I'll run down to Office Depot and get you a 3-ring binder, and I'll print it off on my supersonic printer, and I will poke 3 holes in it and I'll put it in the binder. This thing's 121 pages long, and what it does is it matches up with the Sell is not a four-letter word book. That book has 116 laser topics that are selling related, that are all 2 to 3 pages a piece, which makes it a whole lot quicker and easier and faster and smarter for salespeople that don't want to spend a lot of time reading 40 or 50 pages of something. Who wants to read nowadays? And so by having this study guide, what it does is it makes your job easier as the sales manager or the franchise owner, because what it does is it gives you a sales meeting right here inside of a 3-ring binder, matching every one of the 116 topics that's in the book are pages in this study guide, and each one of those pages consists of 3 or 4 or 5 open-ended questions that are designed to be discussion questions, that after your participant, your salesperson, reads the 2 or 3 page topic that you've assigned them for next week's meeting, then they need to answer those questions, and that's how you kind of get proven to you that they actually did read it, and that you can have a discussion around that particular point. So what I've tried to do to make it simpler, because I've got a lot of years doing what you're doing, and I'm always scratching my head and looking for ways to make things go easier and faster. And so the first page in this study guide is, and by the way, you'll hear me call it a leader guide or a study guide, depending on how you intend to use it. First off, it's a leader guide if you're going to be the one leading the meeting. And if you personally want to be hands-on and you want to do the meeting, then obviously you're the leader, so it's a leader guide. Otherwise, you might want to just assign topics out based on skill focus and on the things that you know that your particular salesperson needs that's in the book, and you can make that assignment. Then it becomes a study guide where they're studying on their own. And if you've got 6 salespeople, you could have them going through 6 different topics to end up having, a week later, having a one-on-one meeting with each one of those, because you've given them a topic that is based on a skill focus that they need to improve on. And so the first page in this is just simply, I won't waste time on it here, but it's simply suggestions of how you might use this guide. Secondly, this is the table of contents of the Sell book. This is all 116 of those topics over 4 pages here in this binder. And then the most important part here is out here to the side. This says skill focus. And I don't know how closely you can see that, but the point is that you can scan down that column, and when you get to a topic that's saying, man, I wish Bucky would do a better job on that. He's a pretty good guy. Or, oh, Ethel, she's a pretty good sales lady, but I wish she could be more enthusiastic. And so you look and you say, well, has Doug written anything about enthusiasm? Well, as a matter of fact, you go down here and lesson number 3 on pages 6 through 8 in this book is the lesson on enthusiasm. And so you're trying to get a little more fire in her step, a little more zip in her button to get her out there moving, so that she'll do a better job of presenting and selling. And so you make that assignment to her, or if it's a group meeting, you make that assignment to the entire group. And then what happens is they'll go over to the book and they'll read pages 6 through 8 about enthusiasm. And then they'll answer the open-ended discussion questions that are going to be talked about in the meeting. And then following those, when you handle your one-on-one or your group sales meeting, then what happens is the bottom of each one of these, and again, there are 116 of those that matches what's in the book, and then there's a skill check, is what I've called it, at the bottom of the page, and it's an activity so that they can show what they know, kind of prove what did they learn from this short little lesson on enthusiasm, or never assuming, or asking open questions, or whatever the topic is that you'll find here. And so, as I mentioned, this is a great companion to the sell book, because of the fact that you don't have to turn around and look at your watch and say, oh crap, I got a sales meeting in the morning. I'm going to spend an hour trying to cobble something together so I have something to talk to our folks about. The meeting's already put together. The 3 or 4 or 5 discussion questions, they're open questions, and they're there. All you got to do is dial around in the room when you have that meeting. Your job is done. All you got to do is just sort of monitor what's going on and get the feedback of what they've picked up and what they've learned, and the sharing with each other, and then have them do the skill check, and then boom, make an assignment for the next meeting. Whether you're doing once a week meetings or everyday meetings, it doesn't make any difference, and it doesn't make any difference whether you got 6 folks or 26 folks that are out there selling for you. Then this is just a great companion. Again, if you want to order it yourself with just a PDF file and you print it out in your own office and stick it in a binder, that's great, $29 for that. On the other hand, if you want me to do the work for you, then I'll put it in a binder like what you're seeing right here and mail it to your location for $49. So $20 for the materials and the labor. And then off you go, and your job will become much easier. Thank you for visiting the site. I hope you enjoy the book. I really hope that if you're ordering these books for training purposes, that you'll also pick up the Companion Leader Guide or Study Guide. And I'd love to hear some results as you begin to use that. Let me know how it worked out for you. Take care.